Hello everyone and welcome back to Alkaline Hydroxide 784. Today I'll be bringing you through my last year's summer trip, which was, actually I went on a trip this year as well, so I'm literally talking about last year's trip when I already went on a trip this year as well. Oh well, never mind. But if I guess not many of you would know this, but my mom has also done like a similar thing with the last year's trip. So she has created like videos for each and every day, and but I'm not really interested in segregating it by days because it seems like too much of a hassle. So I'm just gonna do it fast and loose. It's more maybe by locations, I guess, and it's gonna be more like chill rather than being super specific about the place names or the history or details of the locations. So yeah, let's start. So of course, when you do a trip, the first thing you need to do is to go from point A to point B. So in this case, point A is Singapore and point B is Visby in Sweden. If y'all are a bit confused as to what Visby is or where it is, because I guess if you look at Sweden, the only thing people think of is Stockholm by a long shot. Well, Visby is a really nice place. It's in an island called Gotland, and obviously I'm not going to be very good at pronouncing most of the Swedish things here, but I'll see how. Yeah, so how do you do that? Well, one of the answers to that is to take a flight from Singapore all the way to Stockholm. Of course, not directly, but with a transit in Dubai. So last year when I went there, we went in Emirates, and yeah, it's pretty good. The only problem with Emirates is the part where you're booking it, because they will say that, like, the cancellation terms and all, but don't really take that too with 100% certainty. You will be paying quite a bit of fees if you change your trip with Emirates. But the actual flight is really good. So, if you are very 100% sure that you're going on this specific date, then you can choose to take Emirates for that date. Yeah, so if you've been to Dubai airport, I mean, it was my one and only time that I've been there, and it's a nice place, and the only problem is everything is overpriced. Like seriously, tea is $7. So if you really need something, then buy it, but if you don't need, then please don't buy things there, I guess. So after the 2 7-hour-ish flights, we got to Stockholm and we got the SIM cards and all that stuff. So the one that we got last year was Leica Mobile, and I guess it's okay, you can use it for quite a bit of time. But if you do intend to get it, please be a bit careful with it, because if you decide to stay for a very long time and you want to renew the package, well, that part is a little bit troublesome, because how Leica Mobile works is you have to get an account and then you have to add in the package on your own, and for me it never works properly. Or it could be just because I'm an iPhone user, so I don't know. It works fine on Samsung, I guess. So just take note of that. So after the SIM cards and all that stuff, we went to Mesta first. So how Stockholm, I guess it's not really in Stockholm, the airport is in a place called Arlanda. So if you want to get to Stockholm, you have to either go through the Arlanda Express train, which means you have to pay an extra fee for using Arlanda Sea. Or if you take the bus, which is what we did by going to Mesta, you can then take a different train towards Stockholm. So Mesta is in Sigtuna Kommun, and we actually bought some food there in the restaurant. Yes, it's a bit of like a roundabout way of going towards Stockholm. But there was one issue. In Sweden, there's usually public transport works, like they do some construction or something during the summer. So we were kind of stuck with the train. So the train doesn't go straight, like, it doesn't visit all the stations through Stockholm and down, because we were trying to go past Stockholm actually. So we had to take like 2 different trains in order to go to the place that we wanted to go to. And with our very big bumbling luggages, it was not a nice idea. So if you're the kind who has big luggages and you really want the convenience, I might suggest just taking the Arlanda train. It's just a bit of an extra fare. Yeah, so we ended up getting stuck somewhere, and then we had to take a taxi to get to our place, which, well, we went to Ninasham. And the reason why we went there was to get onto the ship that would bring us to Visby. So how you get this ship and what exactly is this? Well, you can book this in Destination Gotland, and the ship is really nice. So they, I'll tell you more about the ship, but it's a very nice ship. It's worthwhile taking this ship there. And actually, one other way to solve your hassles is, apart from taking the Islander train, you can also get the connecting bus that Destination Gotland provides. Although I'm pretty sure this is more useful it's easier to do for those who actually stay there. So I guess, if you're able to, then try to book that connecting bus, which you can take from Stockholm itself. Yeah, so this ship is really nice. It's almost like a cruise ship, and there's this huge like seating area like that, and in the middle there's a place to buy food and eat, so like a full-on like a restaurant sort of place. And of course, you can even drive your car all the way to Ninasham and then park in the ship and bring it on the ferry. So basically it's a 3-hour trip, and it's very chill. It doesn't really create any motion sickness or anything like that. It's really nice. So after 3 hours we reached Visby, and it was nighttime already. So we went to the rented home slash apartment place. And if you wondered how we went there, well, Visby is really small. So my brother said, oh yeah, we can just walk up there. And you can just imagine the four of us dragging big luggages up the old timey version roads of Visby uphill. So just imagine that scene. So we did that, and then we checked in and called it a day. So the next day, of course, being the trip planner I had many ambitions in mind when I was planning, but the reality was just so much different. Okay, so in the morning around 7 a.m. we went to get some groceries, like bread, breakfast stuff, I guess. And the place we were staying in was right next to the ring wall, or like the wall that's around Visby Old Town, or in Swedish you'd call it the Gamla Stan. And after that we did some stuff, like we went to my brother's then residence, and finally, after doing a bit of that stuff, we got to the fun stuff, I guess. So we went down back towards near the pier area to rent bicycles. Yeah, so this is mega recommended activity, 10 out of 10. And if you go to Visby, I would definitely recommend you do this, because it is very cyclable. Like, it's very flat. I mean, and even if there is a bit of uphill in some places, but if you get the electric bikes, like we were a bit lucky and we got the electric bikes. So if you have a bit of trouble cycling uphill, just turn on the motor and cheat your way out of it. Yeah, so we cycled through this nice park area, which is the Sodra Halana Nature Reserve, and we went all the way until the Hocklin Uxitplatz. So it is kind of like a cliff area, the Hocklin place. So it's like near the coast. It's like a stone area, and yeah, there's some nice views there, and it's a worthwhile route to take because it's not too far away, so you don't feel too scared going there. And it also has great views. It's very chill. Just be careful when you're going through the nature reserve, because there was one spot in which my mom fell down from her cycle, so be very careful with things like that. But apart from that, the route is pretty nice. So after going there and then coming back, we ate at a restaurant in Visby called Indian Paradise. Well, quick review, the food is decent tasting, but it gave me a sore throat. I don't know, it happened when we went this time as well, but okay. Anyways, yeah, so after that you might be wondering, oh, did you do any other things in Visby? Because Visby is known to be like a really pretty place. It's like a fairy tale like town, but unfortunately let me just tell you what we did. So my brother is a bit of a weirdo, so he likes to walk all the way to the grocery shop 2 kilometers away to buy stuff on sale. So this is what robbed all of the other plans that I had in my schedule. You know, like just going all the way to a grocery store, buying stuff and coming back. Well, it was okay, it was fun. It literally took the entire afternoon. And okay, the evening after that, all we did was we cooked some food and we ate food. That's about it. We did not do anything. So yeah, frustration aside, if you're in Sweden, it's nice to go to these grocery shops and buy the chocolates and what they call goodies. It's like the like your goodies, that kind of stuff. And there's chocolates, there's vanilla fudge, which is probably my favorite thing, and other sweet treats there. So this is very recommended for those with the sweet tooth. And another thing is it's best eaten while you're still in Sweden. It seems to suit the climate there the most. Once I come back, I don't really feel like eating any of those. But yeah, that's one thing you should do in Sweden. So the next day, as I said, nothing else happened on that day. So the next day, here's like a picture of the early sunrise. In Sweden during the summer, the sun rises really early. So I think this picture was around 2:45 a.m. So yeah, it's early sunrise. But the next day we were going out of Visby already, and it's the same ship, the destination Gotland. But this time we were not going back to Nynäshamn. We were going to a different location, Oskarshamn. So with that, I shall conclude my first part of the Sweden journey. And if you want to watch more, then stay tuned for the second part. Bye!